You finally did it. You checked your bank balance this morning, and for the first time in your life, the number didn't make your stomach drop. You've been grinding, skipping the $15 cocktails, and working that side hustle. And now, you have it. $10,000. A clean, five-figure sum sitting right there. It feels amazing for about 10 minutes. Then, the anxiety kicks in. You start thinking, do I buy a better car? Do I take that vacation? Or do I throw it all into crypto? Most people fail right here. They get so stressed about making the wrong choice that they either do nothing, letting inflation eat that cash alive, or they make a treat-yourself purchase that resets them back to zero. But here's the thing. When a rich person looks at their first $10,000, they don't see a pile of cash to spend. They see a tool. And today, I'm going to show you exactly how they use that tool to make sure it's the last time they ever worry about money. Here's the first thing rich people do that might surprise you. They don't invest a penny until the monsters are dead. If you have $5,000 in credit card debt at 24% interest, and you take your $10,000 to the stock market hoping for a 10% return, you aren't an investor. You're a mathematician with a broken calculator. You are paying the bank $24 for every $10 you make. Rich people understand that guaranteed savings is a guaranteed return. Paying off a 24% credit card is the same as finding an investment that pays a guaranteed, tax-free 24%. You literally cannot find that anywhere else on earth. Here's what most people don't realize. The safe move isn't keeping the cash in a big bank savings account. Those accounts pay 0.01%. With inflation at 3 or 4%, your $10,000 is actually rotting. It's losing purchasing power every single day. Step 1 for the rich, they kill the high-interest debt, then move the rest into a high-yield savings account. In 2026, you can get 4.5% or 5%. It's not about getting rich. It's about stopping the bleeding. Now, you've heard of an emergency fund. That sounds defensive. It sounds like you're waiting for something bad to happen. The rich call it an opportunity fund. Look, the economy moves in cycles. Every few years, there's a sale on the world. Stocks drop, real estate dips, crypto winters happen. Most people panic during these times because they are broke and need their money to survive. But the person with $10,000 in an opportunity fund, they are the ones buying assets for 50 cents on the dollar, while everyone else is running for the exits. This is where it gets really interesting. Psychologically, having $10,000 liquid changes how you show up at work. You aren't desperate. You don't have to put up with a toxic boss because you have walk-away money. When you aren't making decisions out of desperation, you make better decisions. And in finance, the person who doesn't need the deal usually gets the best deal. Once the debt is gone and the opportunity fund is set, the rich focus on momentum. They don't bet the $10,000 on a single moonshot stock. They use low-cost, broad-based index funds. Now, you might be thinking, Brax, 8% or 10% a year is too slow. I want to be rich now. Look, I get it, but let's look at the real math. $10,000 invested at 8% with just $500 a month added to it becomes $124,000 in 10 years. In 20 years, it's $370,000. The first $10,000 is the hardest because it has no friends. It's just your manual labor. But once that $10,000 starts earning its own interest, it's like your money has its own little employees working 24/7 while you sleep. The rich use the first $10,000 to prime the pump, and then they automate the rest, so they never have to think about it again. But here is the secret. The one thing truly wealthy people do that the middle class never does. They use a portion of that first $10,000 to buy a skill. If you spend $1,000 on a high-level certification, a sales workshop, or learning a high-income skill that could increase your salary by $20,000 a year, here's what most people don't realize. Your human capital, your ability to earn, is your biggest asset. The rich are okay with their stocks growing slowly at 8% because they are busy doubling their income through self-investment. They don't buy a Rolex to look rich. They buy a course to be rich. You are at a crossroads. You have your first $10,000. You can be the person who buys the new car smell and stays a slave to the paycheck for 40 years. Or you can be the person who builds a fortress, kill your debt, build your opportunity fund, prime the compounding engine, and never stop investing in yourself. The math is on your side, but only if you have the discipline to let it work. Drop a comment below. What are you doing with your first $10,000? I'm reading every single one. I'll see you in the next one.